Welcome back to another episode, Mission Mondays, the morning huddle. Let's get into a quick intro. Mission Mondays, the morning huddle. Wake up. Mission Mondays, the morning huddle. Mission Mondays, the morning huddle. And that was our quick intro. Welcome back to another episode of Mission Mondays, the morning huddle. I am your host, B Rich. How y'all doing this Monday morning? And here we just talk everything sports every Monday morning. We here for all sports related topics. We got a good show today. I'm not gonna hold y'all to it. We about to get right into it. So with that being said, y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. It's free. It helps the algorithm, and we really do appreciate it. But with that being said, let's get into our first topic, our first segment. And our first segment, our first topic we got for today is, so I want to talk about today, this morning, I want to talk about kids as they relate to sports. And the question is, are we starting kids too young in high impact sports, and what are some long-term mental consequences from that? I feel as if though that we are starting kids too young in high impact sports, you know, like as it pertains to contact sports like football. What's some other contact sports? Football. You got wrestling, rugby. It's a lot of contact sports. And the effect it's having on the kids so young is that I believe is affecting their brain and their neurological patterns in their brain. And what made me really want to talk about this topic today is because of what happened in New York with the shooting that just recently. Well, I ain't meant to say shooting, but I mean with the incident that just recently happened in New York, and how that just played a factor in everything. It was an incident that happened in New York at one of the buildings downtown in Manhattan. A guy went into a building and he kind of what's the word? He unalived some people there, and the whole thing stemmed from him having a gripe with the NFL. So his gripe with the NFL made him lash out, and they were saying that he might have had some mental problems that was going on as a cause of him playing high school sports. So that's why the question this morning is: are we starting kids too young in high impact sports? You got kids as young as like 5, 6 years old playing football, getting hit in the head, and if they go on to make it to the NFL, that mean they've been getting hit in the head since if they 25, 30, 35 years old, I mean they've been getting the head for almost 20, 30 years. That's almost 2 to 3 different decades they've been getting beat up on. That's almost 10, 20 years they've been getting hit upside their head and having concussions. And this also played a factor too in the whole Aaron Hernandez situation too. This played a factor in Aaron Hernandez situation. They came to find out that Aaron Hernandez had some trauma to his head. He had some brain trauma going on to his head, and that really affect what he had going on in his whole situation with his whole incident. And so the long-term mental and neurological consequences of early exposure to contact sports like football and boxing. Some long-term mental and consequences is memory loss. I know that's one of them. I play football, and I noticed that I have sometimes deal with memory issues, just trying to remember things, and sometimes I cross-reference things. Like I take two incidents and I kind of merge them together into one incident. And I noticed that about a lot of players who play football, they have a lot of memory. They almost can't remember a lot of the situations. Just you know that wear and tear on the body. Your body's not meant to be beat on like that day in and day out. You got to think, if you've been practicing contact sports since you was younger, you've been getting hit on a daily, 3 to 5 times a week. We train for football, especially once you start moving up, as far as like you start off Pop Warner, Pee Wee, and then you move up like 12 and under, 14 and under, and then ultimately you go into like high school sports. So the more you move up, the more you training day in and day out. As almost as you move up, you training on a daily. So when you're younger, you might, it might be 2 days out the week, but as you get into high school sports, you almost training daily, and you training yearly around the you training daily, and you also training yearly around the clock too. It's not only daily, it's yearly around the clock. So it's day in and day out you training. And that wear and tear on the body, like I said, is not meant to be it's not meant to be beat on like that every day. Like every day you getting beat on like that. It's not meant for that. So just weight training, you have dieting. Um, like I said, we used to do drills. We used to do drills, shoulder pads, but you didn't have on. You just used to wear shorts and your shoulder pads, and you used to go out there. We used to train in the summer. We had summer camp. We used to train in the summer. Summer drills. We used to go away for camp too. We would go away for like 2 weeks. To train, to practice for the season. and just that mental, and also the mental stress it almost puts on these young athletes too. These young athletes, and the brain is developing in that age. The brain develops between the ages of 5. Well, it starts younger than that. It starts right out the room. But I'm talking about the main development is between the ages of 5 and you got between the ages of 12. Those are your main development years. Those are the years you really shaping your habits, your brain patterns, and things of that nature. So, and those are the years you moving up in your certain whatever sport you in. Those are the years you're moving up from Pop Warner and Little League to, the middle stages. It's like middle and high, up into going into high school. So the stress you putting on that young athlete, and I seen it personally. I seen it personally, you know. I know I had personal experiences with this subject. The stress is putting on these young athletes. They mind, first of all, not only their body, but their mind is not meant to experience this type of stress at such a young age. The mind is not meant to be that stressed out at that young age. And the mentality, and not only sports, they got to deal with school. They got to deal with keeping their grades up. They got to deal with learning themselves. They got to deal with expectations coming from their parents, because they still children. At the end of the day, they still kids. You know what I'm saying? So the little ones got to deal with how their parents raising them and learning certain behavior patterns with that, and certain manners and certain things of that nature. So they juggling a lot of things, and you putting a lot of stress, and then you want this kid to go out here and to be the next Steph Curry. You want this kid to go out here and be the next LeBron James. You want this kid to go out here and be the next Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Acuna Jr. You want this kid to be the best, and to make the money, but what are they sacrificing at the end of the day for this money? That's what we gotta start. That's what we gotta start coming to, and we gotta start, like, what's the silver lining in all this? Because a lot of these kids end up, it's just so many cases. It was a basketball player that he just got into trouble. He just got 7 to 8 years. He a former basketball player. So what's the point of them doing all this if at the end of the day they end up in jail, in prison? So the long term mental effects, is it worth these kid athletes? Is it worth it at the end of the day? The long term mental effects that these sports and what they going through and what they dealing with, is it worth it at the end of the day for these children athletes? Is the money worth it? Is the fame worth it? We got to start asking ourselves this when we put our kids in these sports, and do these kids want to even do this? Or is it the parents or the people around them that's making these children do this? Because it's putting a lot of stress on these kids. This kid it's a 10-year-old child. He's not meant to be this stressed out. He got to go to practice. He got to perform. You want him to be. You heard Dale Curry made Steph shoot 5,000 3-pointers every day. So now every day you making your child shoot 5,000 3-pointers from the 3-point line. He got to do that. He got to make straight A's. He got to learn his personality type. He got to do so many things. You putting so much stress on this 10-year-old child. Hell, that's too much stress on me, and I'm a grown adult male. I can only imagine trying to juggle going to practice. I can only imagine trying to please my parents, make straight A's. I can only imagine trying to learn my personality type. And they dealing, and then these kids got the social media going on nowadays. Now these kids got just so much, they just so stimulated at such a young age, when they got time to think, when they got time to be themselves, when they got time to be free, be a kid, go on the playground, hopscotch, run and hide and seek. We used to play manhunt when I was little. Kids ain't doing that no more. They just not being a kid no more. You got them in this hot impact sport. You got them stressed out. You got them trying to be the best. Then the kid need to just be themselves at the end of the day. We just put too much on these children to perform at the end of the day. In the long term, neurological, they dealing with stress. They dealing, and the stress leads to trauma, and it just leads to so many other different fields. How does the high impact sport affect the child's development psyche? How does it affect their self-esteem? How does that how's the impacts, how's the sporting affecting their self-esteem? Are they feeling good about themselves at the end of the day? So what is really the consequence at the end of the day? The end of the day is we sacrificing the child for whatever. It might be for, certain parents, they trying to live through their children. They didn't make it to the league, so now they want their kid to make it to the league. So now we dealing with things of that nature. What else going on with the kid? Like, it's just so many layers to this topic in question. Y'all let me know. Drop a comment. Y'all let me know. Are we starting kids too young in high impact sports? Like, what's really the goal at the end of the day with all this? And how do they deal with, like, is this building healthy competition in the kids? Is this building good competition with the kids? Kids so young competing at because only one kid can win the gold medal at the end of the race. Let me repeat that. Only one kid can win the gold medal at the end of the race. So if it's 10, 20, 30 children we got in the race, every kid can't win the gold medal. So how does that deal with the kid in the competition? How does that affect the child in the competition? The child competing. So now you got 100 kids thinking they can win one medal. You got 100 kids competing, pushing themselves, and then what does that lead to? Because eventually, if you got 100 kids in a race, one child is gonna figure it out and say, "Hey, let me cut through the field. Let me cut through the field to get ahead. Do the ends justify the means? Yeah. Let me cut through the field. Let me cheat. Let me get ahead." And ultimately, is that what we instilling in the kids, to do whatever they got to do to win the gold medal, to win the shiny medal at the end of the day? Is that what we instilling in our kids? Is that healthy competition in the children? Like this topic is a very such a good topic, and I got follow up to this topic too. But this just my warm up topic. But yeah, is this instilling healthy competition in the kids? So now you got a kid that's willing to cheat. He willing to do whatever. You never know what a kid willing to do, because he a child. He developing. He don't know right from wrong, or she don't know right from wrong. It's all the same. So what if this little girl, what if she decide to sabotage this other little girl so she can win the cheerleading competition, or she can win the race, or she can win whatever the sport is? Or if you got this one girl, you know, she willing to take a low blow, like in soccer or whatever. She willing to trip, and she willing to twist the other girl ankle so she can, score the goal. Is that instilling healthy competition in the little girl, in the little boy? And it's just the pressure to perform, the pressure to perform. That pressure just to perform is a lot for a child. That's a lot for a child. So how does it affect their long-term mental well-being? How does it affect their long-term mental well-being? I just think at the end of the day, like, it's too much on the child. It's too much. It's too much on them. It's too much on their mental. You know, it's too. We putting too much on the children at the end of the day. A child should be a child at the end of the day. And my follow up to this, to the question. So the topic was, are we starting kids too young in high impact sports? So the follow up to this is, should there be an age limit for full contact play? I think there should be an age limit. I don't think a child should be able to do full contact sports into the. And another thing too, their body might not be developed. So I don't think they should be able to do full contact play until their body is fully developed. And when I say fully developed, I'm talking about a child shouldn't be able to do full contact play. I believe the age should be 13. I believe the age should be 13 before you should be able to do full contact play. Before then, touch. You can do touch football. You can do flag football. You can do flag football and even like boxing. I don't believe it should be full. Full boxing. You might do like sparring, but like full boxing matches, like junior Olympics and things of that nature. I don't think they should be able, maybe like sparring, but you shouldn't be able to. You shouldn't be able to do the age limit for full contact play. Should be 13. That's just my opinion. I believe the age limit for full contact play should be 13 years old. Before 13 years old, I don't believe the male body is developed enough to, the brain and the physical body and the mental, the whole package. I don't believe it's fully developed enough to play in full contact sports. So any full contact sport, I don't believe um a child should be able to play under the age of 13. Over the age of 13, I believe the mental is kind of stable, or is getting stable. I wouldn't say it's fully, because nobody mental is really ever fully stable. So, but it's getting there. The body is developing, or it can start to take some of that full contact that they're issuing out. I believe at that age, that's when a child should be able to play full contact sports. Before that, I don't believe children should play full contact sports. And that's everything on the list. And the follow up also to that question is, are we prioritizing performance over protection too early in youth sports? And I believe we are. I believe we are. Because and another thing that's coming into the sports too is a lot of money to be made in sports. Even young sports, they betting, they man, them fathers and them mothers, and they betting on them games at them AAU games. Stop playing, man. They betting on them AAU games. I know what's going on. They side betting over there on them little kid games. So it's a lot of money to be made in youth sports too. It's a lot of money to be made, and like with these different AAU leagues and everything, it sport is a business too. Sport is also a business. So are we prioritizing performance over protection too early in youth sports? We are, because it's all about winning at the end of the day. That's the only thing that matters to people. At the end of the day, the only number is W. The only number is winning. If you're not a winner, everybody will tell you you're a loser. So the ultimate goal at the end of the day for everybody is to win. So with that being said, if everybody trying to win, they'll sacrifice a child. They don't care nothing about this child. They don't care if this child can take this trauma. They don't care if this child can. They don't care if this child can take this stress. They don't care nothing about this child. At the end of the day, everybody just trying to win. They don't care nothing about these children. So they are prioritizing performance at the end of the day over this child's well-being, over this child development. And we need to be worried about the child development, because a lot of these ex-players, a lot of them have trauma, have stress. A lot of and I don't care what sport you play. You play any sport at any competition level, you know what I'm talking about. Drop a comment, whatever. Drop a comment what sport you play or what sport you play, and drop a comment. Do you still have any basically PTSD, post stress disorder? Basically, we develop from engaging in sports so young. All these players from all across the board have something going on because they engaged in sports too young. And it's just like anything else, anything. And I'm going to say this, anything can be a drug. Anything can be a drug. Sports can be a drug. So it's like you having a drug habit as a child, and how does it affect you as an adult? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's like you having a drug habit young, and how does it affect you when you get older? It's the same principle at the end of the day. Sports can be a drug. Sports is a drug to some people. Some people are getting the high. It's the parents, it's the coaches, it's the family members, it's everybody that's going on around this kid. It's the mamas, it's the daddies, it's the brothers, it's the sisters, all pushing this young child to engage in this high contact sport. The stress is putting on this child. The mental capacity is overloading and stimulating this child. The original question was, are we starting kids too young in high impact sports? And what are some long term mental and neurological consequences of early exposure to contact sports like football and boxing? At the end of the day, what is this doing to this person' mental capacity? I'm gonna tell you, at the end of the day, it 9 times out of 10, it don't end good. A lot of these people are burnt out. A lot of these people get burnt out because they play sports too young. They play sports too young and they get burnt out in life. It's a lot of great athletes that got, like, by the time they was 25, they peaked. You pushing your body too much, you gonna peak. You gonna peak, bro. You gonna hit a ceiling. At some point you gonna hit a ceiling. Like, that's just what's going on. Like, how does it affect their emotions, bro? Are these people emotionally stable? Let me ask you a question. Would you be emotionally stable if you got hit upside your head on a daily for the last decade? Now, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Would you be emotionally stable? You answer the question. Would you be emotionally stable if you got hit upside your head on the daily? Since you've been 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, you be getting slapped upside the head, you been getting mentally drained, you been getting emotionally, like these coaches tell these kids they ain't shit. These coaches tell a kid quick, you ain't shit. What the hell you doing? You think you gonna make it like that? So what is that? So what is that doing to a child? When a child getting told they ain't shit at 10, 11, 12 years old, a child getting told that, man, I seen so many like athletes, bro. Man, I seen people die straight up from sports. I seen people die from sports, bro. Straight up, man. I seen people collapse because they couldn't take it, bro. Straight up. I seen people heart give out. Literally. They heart gave out because it was too much stress on the heart at such a young age. Your heart is not meant to be put up under that stress at 11 years old, 12 years old. Your heart is not meant to be going through that type of stress. Man, I seen people drop dead on the field. For real. No bullshit. I seen people drop dead on the field, bro. Ambulance coming trying to resuscitate them. They took their last breath on the field. And what was it for? Giving it all they got for what? Like, what was that for? What are we instilling in these kids? They used to push me. I done broke bones over sports. I done broke ankles. I done had injuries. I done had surgeries. Thank God I never tore my ACL. I know people who tore their ACL. And I seen so many injuries in sports, man. I seen people die on the field, bro. Rest in peace, Trey. He snapped his neck trying to make a tackle. He died. We gotta stop pushing these kids so much, bro. We gotta stop. As adults, bro, we gotta stop trying to expect so much on these kids, bro. Let them be a child. It's okay to miss practice, bro. It's okay to miss a shot. It's okay to not get the medal, bro. You'll live. Trust me. Because some people don't get to live, bro. Some people don't get to live. Or some people snap. Like what happened in New York. The guy in New York, he snapped. And he blamed it on the NFL. But what people don't really want to talk about is his mental, bro. His mental, he got mental going because he was getting hit so many times. He got brain trauma. He got brain clots in his head. You know, you can get a brain clot in your head. You know, blood can build up. That's what a brain clot is. When blood builds up, it can build up in your head, bro. For real. So we gotta stop this with these children. We gotta stop this, and I'm about to move on to halftime topics because I get emotional about this, man. Because I done seen people really die from sports, bro. I know people die. I know people that got lifelong injuries from sports, bro. For real. I wake up sometimes, bro, and you know what I mean? Like my shit still be for real, bro. I'm not no BS. For real, from sports, bro. From trying to give it all on the field. But we gonna keep it moving, man. We gonna keep it moving, man. But y'all drop a comment, y'all let me know. Are we pushing the kids too much in sports or not? And Also, I really want y'all to drop a comment, and I really want y'all to answer this question: should there be an age limit for full contact play? Should there be an age limit? And for me, yes, it should. And the age is 13. You should not be able to play full contact until the age of 13. But we gonna keep it moving. For my next topic, halftime. Halftime. But for my next topic, reset, refuel, reignite. I gotta talk about these Dallas Cowboys, man. I gotta talk about my Dallas Cowboys. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing, Dallas? Jerry Jones? What are we doing? Arlington, Texas? What are we doing? Man, what are y'all doing? Hold on. I'm about to pull it up, man. We about to get into it. I don't know if y'all heard. So the Dallas Cowboys and Michael Parsons, they are not on good terms right now. Let me move this. They are not on good terms right now. They cannot. We thought that they was gonna be able to get this contract worked out, this whole situation. Man, I don't know what y'all doing, Dallas. I don't know what y'all doing, Jerry Jones, but y'all better fix it, and y'all better fix it fast, because as Dallas Cowboys fans cannot take another season. I already said a couple of episodes ago that, excuse me, that Dallas gonna break your heart. I already said it a couple of episodes ago. And what did they just do? What did they just do? Breaking our heart. That's what every year us Dallas Cowboys fans go through the same heartbreak, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being a Cowboys fan. I ain't gonna never stop being a Cowboys fan though. That's my team. But I'm tired of being a Cowboys fan. And I'm tired cause we keep making these stupid ass decisions. Jerry, if you bruh, just sell the team then, bruh. If you gonna keep making these stupid decisions, bruh. I'm about to pull it up, man. Man, Michael Parson, they cannot get, man. He said he want to trade now. They could not come to the contract agreement. Michael Parsons said he want out of out of Dallas, man. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. This is just such heartbreaking news being a Cowboys fan, man. We cannot afford to get rid of Michael Parsons right now, bro. Like, the team can't take it, bro. First of all, he the anchor to the defense. He the anchor to the defense right now. First of all, Michael Parsons is an anchor to the defense, man. Hold on, pulling it up right now, bro. Pulling it up right now. This is just such sad, bro. It is so sad. That's what I'm doing on the inside too, y'all. I'm crying on the inside right now, bro. Cause this whole Dallas situation is just, I'm pulling it up right now, y'all. Michael Parsons won't out of he asked for a trade request. They couldn't work it out. They couldn't. I'm like, how can't you, bro? Is the anchor to the defense? Like, hold on. I'm gonna read his statement he put, y'all. Hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. I'm pulling it up right now, y'all. Michael Parsons won't out of. He won't out of. This is such heartbreaking, bro. Like, it is such heartbreaking, bro. Hold on, let me do it like this. I just can't, bruh. I just can't. So I'm about to read his statement. This is from Michael Parsons, and this is from his Twitter/X account. And this post right here got almost, hold on, let me look. He got 40 million views, almost 200,000 likes. And this is what it reads. Yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best fans in sports and make this America's team once again. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for way up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held too close I no longer want to be held to closed door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, and our teammates, and my teammates. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. I had purposely stayed quiet in hopes of getting something done, but since there is confusion out there, let me clear some things up. I had my agent reach out to the Cowboys last offseason after my third year in hopes of getting a deal done early. Unfortunately, the team did not want to start any negotiations at that point. I was okay with that, didn't complain, and focused on the 2024 season. After the season, I told my agent once again to let the team. Oh, that's on me. I'm tripping. At the start, my bad, y'all. At the start, I mean, after the season, I told my agent once again to let the team know we were open to negotiate when they met at the combine. My agent informed me I should wait for other deals to get done because the price would go only up, but I didn't care and wanted to secure myself as a Cowboy long term. This was before any other pass rusher deals got done. Hold on, I gotta see where I'm at. This was before any other pass rusher deals got done. My agent did that off season. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. I knew I would be leaving the money. I knew I would be leaving money on the table, but again, I was okay with that. Again, radio silences as for my extension. In March, I met with Mr. Jones to talk about leadership. Somehow that conversation turned into him talking contracts with me. Yes, I engaged in back and forth in regards to what I wanted from my contract, but at no point did I believe that this was supposed to be the formal negotiation. And I informed Mr. Jones afterward my agent would reach out thinking this would get things done. But when my agent reached out and spoke to Adam, he was told the deal was pretty much already done. My agent, of course, told him that this wasn't the case and also reached out to Stephen Jones. Again, the team decided to go silent. At that point, we decided we would allow the team to reach out to us whenever they decided they wanted to talk. Yet still not a call, email, text to my agent about starting a negotiation. Up to today, the team has not had a talk with me. Up to the day, hold on. Up to the day, the team has not had a single conversation with my agent about a contract. Not one demand has been made by my agent about the money, years, anything else. Still, I stayed quiet, but again, as I repeated shots at myself and all the narratives, I have made a tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. Man, this is such heartbreaking, bro. Shout out Michael Parsons, though, man. Shout out Michael Parsons. Shout out Michael Parsons, man. This is such heartbreaking, bro. Straight up. Us Dallas Cowboys fans cannot take another heartbreak, bro. For real. We can't keep going through this, bro. We can't keep going through this, bro. What is the front office doing, man? Hold on, let me make Jerry Jones, front office. What are y'all doing, bro? We cannot afford. I said this a couple weeks ago, man. Y'all go watch the footage. I told y'all, Dallas will always break your heart, bro. I'm so sick and tired of being a Dallas Cowboys fan, bro. For real, bro. Crying emoji, man. I'm crying on the inside, bro. Every year, bro. Every year, bro. This been going on, man. I've been a Cowboys fan since I'm a 90s baby. I'm a 90s baby. I've been a Cowboys fan since the 90s, bro. I've been a Cowboys fan. Y'all go run the footage, man. My whole room and man, what? Cowboys, man. That been my team. That been the team, bro. Cowboys or the Falcons, bro. You know we going for the home team now. You know this home team now. This forever gonna be home team. This forever gonna be my home team, though. It's on my skin, bro. It's on my skin. Like, that's forever gonna be my home team. But my team, though, them Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? And how about them Cowboys? They gonna break your heart every time, bro. Every time, every year. It's the same BS. And I'm so sick of it, bro. We so sick of it. Look, Jerry Jones, bro. You are on the clock. You are on the clock, Jerry Jones, bro. If Cowboys don't make it to the playoffs this year, I'm gonna get my predictions on how the season gonna go in about 2 weeks. I want to see some of the preseason first before I make some predictions. But if them Cowboys don't make it to the playoffs this year, first of all, they not gonna win the division. Eagles gonna win the division, so that's over with. That's over with. The Eagles gonna win the division, so we can wrap that up. We can wrap that NFC East up. That's over with, bro. That y'all ain't winning division. At least can we get to the playoffs though? Can we get a wild card? Please? Please, can we get a wild card? Please, can we get a wild card and just get to the playoffs? Man, if the Cowboys don't make the playoffs, bro, Jerry Jones, bro, you on the clock this year. If the Cowboys don't make the playoffs, Jerry Jones, you on the clock and you not winning the division. So you better get that wild card slot. You better get one of them wild card slots, because if you don't get one of them wild card slot, Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys, man, we put in a trade request for your ass, Jerry Jones. Straight up. We put in a trade request for your ass, Jerry Jones. Your ass about to get traded, Jerry. I don't care if you on the team or not. We about to trade your ass. Man, I'm so mad at the goddamn man. Bro said he want out, man. Bro said he want out, bro. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. We cannot afford this, bro. We cannot afford this. Like, we can't, bro. We can't keep doing this, bro. We can't keep going through this, bro. This is, man. I called it a couple weeks ago, y'all. I said them Cowboys gonna break our hearts, bro. I said it a couple weeks ago. Cowboys gonna break your heart, bro. Every time, every year, bro. I don't even know the last time Cowboys won a playoff game, bro. I don't think they won a playoff game in like 10 years, bro. We ain't won a playoff game in 10 years, bro. Like, for real. Like, come on, bro. And I'm gonna say this before I switch topics on this too. I'm gonna say this also, bruh. That was our anchor to that. That's why I keep saying Michael Parsons was the anchor to our defense, bruh. Dak and them can score because that offense still offense, bruh. So Dak still back there on that offense. So we ain't gonna have a problem when it comes to putting them points on the board. But what's gonna happen is we ain't gonna be able to stop nobody else. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's gonna be Dallas. I already see that in the season, bruh. They about to eat us up, bruh. They about to eat that defensive line up, bruh. Straight up. That defensive line about to get ate up. That whole defense really, y'all really is over with now. Cause Dak and them gonna do what they gotta do on offense. And they gonna score and they gonna put some points up on the board for us. But when it come to that defense, I already see that's gonna be the leak right there, bruh. I already see that's gonna be the problem right there, bro. We ain't gonna be able to stop nobody from scoring. It's over with. So Dak and them might give you, Dak and them, that offense. I think that offense gonna be firing this year. Think Dak and them gonna give you at least they gonna at least give you like 21 a game, somewhere up in there, 21, 20 points. It on the average, bro. That offense gonna average at least that, bro. It might be a little higher. It might be 25. But I'm gonna tell you that defense about to get ate up right now, bro. It's over with. It's over with. We ain't got nobody to put no pressure on their offense. That was number 11. That's what I'm trying to say. That was number 11 right there. He put pressure on that offense. If you ain't getting to that quarterback and you ain't putting no pressure on them, it's over with. If you can't put no pressure on that offense, on that quarterback, and make him make them tough decisions, it's over with, bro. It's over with. The opponent's gonna have all day. They're gonna start developing that pass. Oh, okay. Don't let them hand off the ball and get that run game going. Over with. For real, bro. That was number 11, bro. That was number 11 for us, bro. He put that pressure on that quarterback to make that decision. 3-step drop. You got to get back there and make a decision. Either get back there and get the ball out your hand, or you got to hand it off. That's what number 11 ball. Man, he one of the top defensive weapon in the league right now. Go check his numbers. Ain't too many people above number 11. I mean, you got a couple. TJ. I think TJ. Yeah, TJ. But I mean, so I can't, bruh. Straight up, bruh. I can't. I can't with bruh. Hold on. I'm about to go to another. I seen another article with him. This is I'm disgusted with Dallas. I want to stop being a Dallas Cowboy fan so bad, but I can't. On my team. I ain't asked for that. This is what I wanted to go to. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Maybe we can get. I'm pulling it up because part 2 is he want to trade, so we trying to see what we can get for him. I don't think you're gonna get max value because everybody know he won't out of Dallas right now, so they're not gonna give you what he really worth. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, Dallas, that was y'all shot yourself in the foot, man. That was a setup. And that was a setup, bro. Y'all shot yourself in the foot on that one. Y'all shot yourself in the foot on that one, bro. That was a setup, bro. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. So they just saying because he just put in the trade request a couple of days ago. So they seeing what they can get for him right now, but you're not gonna get max value, like I said, because everybody know he won't out. But this article is from, I like to always give credit to the author. This from John Machado and the Athletic NFL staff, and this is from August the 2nd, 2025. So that's who did this article right here. I'm about to summarize for y'all. Michael Parsons stunned the NFL world Friday as he officially asked for Dallas Cowboys for a trade. While this isn't an uncommon move in professional sports, it is for Dallas Cowboys. Parsons has been attending training camp practices in California, but not participating in on the field as he seeks a new deal in his fifth and final year of his rookie contract. And that's another thing. He done played up to his performance, so just pay the man. He done paid up to his performance. So I don't know why Jerry not trying to pay him, bro. This doesn't make sense, bro. This makes no sense. From his first snap of his 2021 rookie year, Parsons has been one of the league's top defenders, averaging 13 sacks per season. Man, this man averaging 13 sacks per season. He averaging 13 sacks per season. Like, what's going on, bro? He averaging 13 sacks per season. I believe he was defensive player of the when he was a rookie. I believe he was defensive player of the year, not defensive player of the year. He was rookie D. He was rookie defensive player of the year. His rookie season, like, I mean, bro, it's just a top player, bro. Like, what are they doing? They're not trying to pay him. I'm like, well, bro. As ugly as things currently seem, it is highly unlikely that the Cowboys will trade. So he just gonna hold out then, cause he not gonna play. I don't know. Maybe he is gonna just play it through the season, bro. It says as ugly as it seems, it's highly unlikely the Cowboys will trade the four-time Pro Bowler. It's much more likely that the dust settles. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones eventually speaks with Parsons representatives, and the deal is completed before the start of the season. But why not see what could potentially be out of there for in a hypothetical scenario? If the Cowboys made Parsons available, a team will be lining up for an elite 26-year-old pressure player. Here are three teams that made an offer in our mock exercises. So they just saying that New York could potentially. Hold on. Let me do this. Thank everybody for watching. We still recording. If you're gonna be on, if you're watching us on Instagram right now, our Instagram live is about to end. Not because we wanted to, because that's just how things work in life. If you want to continue watching, switch over to our YouTube, to Kick, or to Twitch. We'll still be on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. So if you want to continue watching and you're watching this episode right now on Instagram, just head over to Twitch, Kick, YouTube. Everything is in the bio if you're watching on the ground. So yeah, I just want to say that because I see it is about to end on Instagram. So everybody watching on Instagram, I just want to let y'all know. But let's continue. So they saying three potential places he could go. They saying it's likely Jerry Jones gonna get the deal done. If Jerry don't get the deal done, I'm just so through with Jerry, bro. Like for real, for real. I'm just so through with Jerry, bro. But they saying in a hypothetical situation, he goes to New York. The New York Jets, the New York Jets got Aaron Rodgers. So, you know what I'm saying? That would help New York out on their end as it pertains to that would help New York out on their end as it pertains to their defense. That'll help out Aaron Rodgers on the other side of the field. You know what I'm saying? They also saying that he could potentially go to Chicago. That would help out Caleb, up there in Chicago. Shout out Caleb Williams in Chicago. Oh, they also say what they would give up for. Oh, okay, so let me go back. So for New York, they saying the Jets would trade running back Breece Hall, DN, Jermaine Johnson, a 2026 second round pick, a 2027 second rounder, and a 2028 third rounder for Parsons. So they saying potentially we could get all of that for Michael Parsons. Also, yeah, they're saying we could get all that for Michael Parsons. Uh, that's what New York could potentially offer for the Chicago Bears. They're saying for Parsons, we could get a 2026 first rounder, a 2027 first round, another 2027 third round, a 2027 sixth round, and a 2027 fourth round, and a 2020. So basically, the Bears would trade damn near all their 2027 picks and their 2026 first round. Basically, that's what they basically saying. That's all they 20. They would give up their first round for 2026, 2027, and a third, sixth, fourth, and seventh. So they basically all they picks for 2027 and a 2026 first round. So two first round picks um, for Parsons. Also, who else could offer? Oh, Green Bay Packers. So they're saying Green Bay, and they were saying Green Bay would give up about the same as Chicago, except we would just get a wide out. And you know what I'm saying? Instead of all those 22 and 7. But Green Bay, they saying they 2026 first round and they 2027 first round. So the two first 2026, 2027 first round. And wide receiver Romeo Dubs. So that's what's going on with Dallas. I'm through with Dallas, bro. I'm so through with them. But we gonna continue things and we gonna move on to our last topic or our last segment for today's show. And for the last segment, we always keep it pretty light. Um, we just that's how we do things over here. The morning huddle. The morning huddle. Mission Mondays. Y'all know how we do it. So for our last segment, I'm pulling it up right now. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Pulling it up right now. Pulling it up right now. Oh, before we get into our last segment, though, y'all know I got to. Y'all gotta catch the drip. Y'all gotta catch the drip. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Got the Falcons on. See, I'm representing today. See, I'm representing. Go Bulldogs. Y'all see, I'm Georgia down today. I'm Georgia down today. I mean, all Georgia gear today. Repping home team. This home team only today. Home team only today. But yeah, so our last segment. That boy LUKA. That boy LUKA. LUKA signs 3-year, $165 million extension with Lakers. So let's clap that up. Let's clap that up. Gotta get that boy LUKA. Gotta clap that up for LUKA. So LUKA is officially he locked in with the Lakers. So he all in with the Lakers. So we'll see how this. We gotta see how this play out. He locked in with the Lakers. He all in with the Lakers. He all in. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. So let's go to the article. We'll pull up the article for that. Give me 1 second. Everybody out there, like, comment, share, and subscribe. So this article right here is from the Associated Press, aka also known as AP. So that's where this article right here is from. And who wrote this article? They don't say who wrote it, so we just giving the credit to the Associated Press. So that's where this article is from. Luka Doncic agrees to a 3-year, $165 million extension with Lakers. The 5-time All-Star and 5-time All-NBA first-team guard resigns with LA to avoid free agency next offseason. Excuse me. Luka Doncic averaged 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists over 28 games with LA last season. El Segundo. I left my wallet in El Segundo. Fun fact. Yeah. El Segundo, California, Associated Press. Luka Doncic's first 6 months with the Los Angeles Lakers was more than enough to give him a vision of a glittering long-term future with his new team. He sees championship banners, trophies, and team success while living in a cosmopolitan city and playing for a world famous team. He envisions his name and number in the rafters alongside every other transcendent great to wear the Lakers gold jersey. So Doncic took the next step toward turning his dreams into reality Saturday when he agreed to a 3-year, 165 million max contract extension through 2028 with the Lakers. Let me read that again. LUKA on Saturday agreed to a 3-year, 165 million maximum contract extension through the 2028 with the Lakers, bypassing a chance at free agency next summer. Congratulations to Luka Doncic for getting paid. Luka for getting the bag. That's how you secure the bag. Luka is quoted, "Being a Laker is an honor and I wanted to be here," Doncic said during a news conference under the title banners and retired numbers festooning the gym at the Lakers training complex. "When you look up here, so many great names and what they've achieved, I want to be up there too one day. The deal should keep the 26-year-old the deal should keep the 26-year-old Doncic with Los Angeles through 2028 under a player option for the final season, after which he'll be eligible for a massive 5-year extension that could allow him to recoup the max money he lost by getting traded by Dallas. The civilian superstar had a player option for a 2026-2027 season under his previous contract. A person with knowledge of the deal confirmed the terms to the Associated Press. The person spoke on conditions of anointment because the Lakers don't publicly announce the deals of contracts. The Lakers acquired Doncic from the Mavericks last February in a systematic trade for Anthony Davis, the 5-time All-NBA selection, and a 5-time All-Star average 28.2 points. I already read that per game last season while teaming up with LeBron for 50 victorious and the number 3 seed in the Western Conference playoffs. Although his debut season in LA ended with a first-round playoff loss to Minnesota, the high-scoring guard said he greatly enjoyed his first months in Hollywood, enough to commit to the Lakers for the rest of his 20s and almost certainly beyond. So basically, they just locked up Luka. They just locked up Luka for the next 3 years. Also, Luka is saying that he basically he basically wants to stay in he basically wants to stay in LA, and he basically saying he want to win in LA and possibly end his career in LA. So I think if they get certain pieces to go along with Luka, they have a bright future in LA. You still got LeBron. He's still LeBron. He still bring what he brings to the game as far as his, basketball, just IQ and how he thinks about the game and how he sees the game. So, and I think he's gonna put a lot with Luka. Hold on, let me do it like this. I believe him and Luka, he's gonna give a lot of game to Luka, a lot of his basketball IQ, a lot of his basketball mind. He's gonna instill that in Luka. So that's gonna help Luka develop his mentality when it comes toward the game. I think the Lakers are just one or two pieces away from really dialing in and really taking it the distance. So, like I said, I think they just one or two pieces away from really taking it the distance with Luka. Luka, he all in. He all in with LA. I think it's a good fit for him. And if Luka ends up winning the chip within these next 3 years, if Luka end up winning the chip within these next 3 years, that trade deal might go down as it already is. They already saying it's the biggest trade deal ever. in the history of basketball or in the history of NBA, they saying the Luka Doncic trade to Los Angeles is the biggest trade ever. I believe he wins a championship in the next 3 years. That Luka Doncic trade is going to be the biggest trade of sports ever. That's the biggest trade you'll ever see in sports. Luka going from Dallas to LA and winning them a championship will be the biggest trade ever. It'll just stamp it as the biggest, the greatest trade ever pulled out. Like, we'll never see that again. We'll never see that. They will never see that one again. Because Luka is an international superstar. I mean, he's not only a superstar, Luka is an international superstar. So he brings a different layer to the whole NBA than a lot of players because he's not from here. So it's very, very interesting to see where this goes. Lakers, and I know they just made a lot of changes at the top. At they top, I want to say they might have. They didn't sell the team. Did they sell the team? I don't think they sold the team. They just made some changes up top. I think Jenny Budd stepped down as the day-to-day. She's still there, but I think she stepped down as the day-to-day running things. They changed some personnel up top. Let me check. I might be right though. I might be right. The Lakers might have did sell the Lakers. I think they did sell the Lakers. Before we go, let me check. I believe they sold them for like 10 billion. The Lakers just got sold for like 10 billion. That was like a month or two. The Lakers got sold for like 10 billion. What did I say? I don't miss, y'all. I do not miss. What did I say? I told you the Lakers got sold for 10 billion, bro. Let me do this. I told you the Lakers got sold for 10 billion. I don't miss, y'all. I told y'all all I do is sports, bro. Sports and movies. That's all I watch is sports and movies. The Lakers got sold for 10 billion. It was the most expensive. Yeah, Jenny Bush just decided to stay on for a year or two to as they transition. She decided to stay on for a year or two. But the Lakers got sold for 10 billion. It was the most expensive deal in sports history. The Los Angeles Lakers were sold for 10 billion, marking the most expensive sale in a sports team history. Yeah, the Bucks owned the family since 79. So yeah, they got new ownership. Yep, June 18th, 2025. Yep. It was like 2 months ago. I remember. That was like big news in the sports world. The Lakers got sold. The Bucks family don't own them no more. Let me not play that clip. Yeah. So like I said, they got new ownership. So they should see, with that new
At Wayfair, we get pretty excited about
let's cut that. With that new ownership, they got new ownership. They really trying to build something right now. Lakers trying to build something right now with the new ownership. They got LUKA. They just locked in LUKA. That was the major. Everybody wanted to make sure they locked in LUKA, so they got LUKA locked in for the next 3. So they just, like I said, I think LeBron want to win one more before he retire. I think LeBron got one more in him. So I think the Lakers gearing up for this year or maybe next year or maybe that third year with LUKA. I think LeBron got 3 more in, and I think they gave LUKA the 3 and LeBron got 3 more in him. LeBron can push for 3 more because LeBron like 40. Yeah, LeBron like 40. So the play of 45, He might make it to 45. He might make it to 45. Brown like 40 right now. I think he's somewhere up in there. He like 40. So he probably 45 is like 5 more years. I don't know if his window that much. He probably got like this year, maybe this year, next year, maybe yeah, about 3 more. Yeah, this year, maybe next year, maybe one more after that. So we'll see what these Lakers do. We'll see what these Lakers do. Um, yeah, we'll see how that go. We'll see how that go. But we about to wrap it up. We about to wrap it up. Before we wrap it up, we gotta play our theme music before we wrap it up. Lucia Mondays, the morning huddle. Let's go. Wake up. The morning huddle. Lucia Mondays. Lucia Mondays. Lucia Mondays. The morning huddle. Let's go. Mission Mondays. The morning huddle. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Mission Mondays, aka the morning huddle. Thank you for all the support. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the like button, leave a comment, share the content, subscribe to all social media platforms. We on all social media platforms at The Morning Huddle ATL. That's on all social media platforms. The Morning Huddle ATL. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for all the support. I got to get out of here because I have some business I have to attend this morning. It is Monday morning. It is Mission Mondays morning. Mission Mondays. Monday mornings. But yeah, I got some business I have to attend to, so I gotta end a little early this morning. But we will be back next Monday morning, and we here every Monday morning. If you need me for anything, or if you just want to, for all business inquiries or for anything, hit the DM, send me an email. If you would like to be on the show, just send me an email, something like that. I normally drop the links on the show, but I ain't dropped the link this. I forgot to drop the link this morning, but it's all good. I'll drop it next time. But yeah, with that being said, let me go because it's almost 10:30. That being said, Mission Mondays, the morning huddle. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you here next Monday.